What is going on, Grinders? It's Chief. We are in the building. It is Take Your Pick'em. It is Wednesday. It is August 30th. And I'm just so happy to be here with you guys. We're one day away from closing out this particular show for the season. And I've really been grateful. We are going to have a special guest tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there now. Mr. Papa Giorgio from the Prop Shop will be on to close out our last show of the season. And so I just want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for hanging in there. I think we started this show kind of in the middle of baseball season or close to the beginning in May, and we're coming up on football. And so this show will be coming to a close as football is on the horizon next week. Last show is tomorrow. We're going to start out September, and I'll be pretty engrossed in some other content. But I am just humbled that I was able to come on for the past couple months and try to provide some content and hopefully spread a little bit of good cheer as well. I know it's not Christmas time, but I try to live my life full of positivity. And so from the bottom of my heart and all of the supporters and everyone that joined and everyone that was able to tail and get in and come to the show every day, I'm just really thankful. And so yeah, that's that. I'll say a few extra words tomorrow with Mr. Papa Giorgio, but I did want to get that out there. And then, of course, we've got our new Pick'em and props premium subscription here at RotoGrinders. Make sure you get in on that. I'll drop a link in here that will allow you to get $20 off. And then we're also running a contest where if you can follow us on Twitter and like and subscribe, then what we will do is you'll be entered into a contest when you can get 3 months free premium for that subscription. So we definitely want to get you in on that. So I'll try to drop that link in here as we are going. But what we're going to do, of course, we know that was winning words of wisdom. That was kind of the announcements. Jeff, thank you, man. Definitely still pushing through with the family, and I really appreciate you asking. So thank you so much. That really means a lot. So yeah, that's going to cover the winning words of wisdom. We're going to go ahead and go over our recap from yesterday, and then we will get into what we would like to talk about today. And so on yesterday, so close there with Mr. Schultz's. We wanted less than 15.5 pitching outs. He was not able to get there. We didn't think he was coming back out. They brought him back out. Of course, he gets one out, and then they pull him. We wanted Mr. Thompson less than 4.5 strikeouts. We got that one, and then we wanted Reagan's more than 6 strikeouts. We were able to get that one. So 2-1 on yesterday, bringing our monthly total to 36, 28, and 1. If you're in the prop shop, we still were able to come out with some 10x cards if you were able to get in there and tail. So that was a good experience for us, and so that was incredible. All right, we're going to kick off today's plays. 2 are going to be coming from the same game, which is very interesting. But I think both of these plays are going to be good for us. We're not going to cover that game right at the moment. At the onset, we're going to come right out with Dane Dunning. He's at 4 strikeouts. He is facing the New York Mets, and typically over the season, I have faded the New York Mets, generally speaking, or have not attacked the New York Mets. But let me pull up the handy dandy screen share here with our amazing Plate IQ tool, and you'll see that Dane Dunning on the season only at 18% K rate, 16% to lefties, 20% to righties. Last month, though, he's really started dialing up the strikeouts, 31%, 26% to lefties, 36% to righties. With that have come more walks, but also down the stretch here, the Mets have been striking out a lot more than usual. So they do have some fairly lower guys like McNeil, like Navarez, but still, Nemo at 22%, Lindor at 21%, Pete Alonso at 22, Vogelbach at 24, Stewart at 31, Vientos at 31, Artega at 22. There are some strikeouts available here, and so with him sitting at 4 strikeouts flat, our projections have him at 4.48. Could be a push situation, but I think 5 strikeouts for Dane Dunning in this particular situation looks pretty good. When we look at the Mets over the past 30 days, look at the strikeouts. Yes. I mean, we have a lot more strikeouts in this lineup, in my opinion, that we've seen in a long time. And obviously, the lineup's a little different, but I think this is an advantageous spot for us to pick up some strikeouts here. So with Dane Dunning at 4 strikeouts, I definitely think this is a spot that we can continue to attack. So really like this spot here with Dane. We look at what he's throwing. We're going to see some fastball, obviously, but we're also going to see some sinker, right? Sinker, slider, change up. And so, with that, obviously we look at what these guys are hitting. And not a lot of strikeouts there on the sinker, but of course we go to that slider, which is going to be a good strikeout pitch for him. There go the strikeouts. So I like Dane here. I definitely think at 4 strikeouts, once again, this is a good spot for him. Hopefully he can get to 5. I think this is a spot he can get to 5, especially with the Mets kind of struggling here a little bit as we get down into the dog days of MLB. So once again, right out of the gate, that's Dane Dunning. He's at 4 strikeouts flat. We want more than that projection. All right, we're moving to the same. This is going to be a same game situation. So we've got Zach Eflin. Zach Eflin's at 4.5 strikeouts. This one is on PrizePicks. Zach Eflin at 4.5 strikeouts. And I think this is just a touch too low. At 5 flat, I probably would have left it alone. I think he can pick up 5 strikeouts. Now, our projections have him at 4.64. And I think the bat is going to be a little bit different as well. I think the bat's, well, when I say a little bit different, I'm saying different than what I think. I think the bat's somewhere around the same projection on this one. And I'm scrolling over here. I want to make sure I got it. Come on. Yeah, bat has him at 4.52. So there we have it. They're basically having him right at the line. I think 5 strikeouts is in the cards here for Eflin. When we look at the Miami Marlins, what we will see is there's some low strikeouts here, but we've also got guys like Berger, like Chisholm, De La Cruz, Sanchez, Wendell and Fortes, which they aren't high, but at 21, we can still see some strikeouts here available. So I like Eflin at 4.5. I think he's got enough. He's at a 25% K rate on the season, 23% to lefties, 27% to righties. Now, over the past 30 days, he's ticked up to 27, really pounding righties at 35.8%, but the lefties, he's been struggling. But I'm not worried about it too much. I still think Eflin has the gas and the juice that we need to get there. Now, I'm not expecting him to strike out Luis Arias, but these other guys, and maybe outside of Yuri Gurriel, at 4.5, I think he can pick up 5 strikeouts in this matchup. He's also in a nice pitcher's park there in Miami. And so as a result, I think this is an advantageous line for us. It was at 5 most of the day. We got to bump down to 4.5, and so I like that a ton. Do want to go ahead and we're going to be going over that particular projection of 4.5. So we're going to move on to the other side of this game, actually. And so that's going to be Jesus Luzardo. Now, Luzardo, down the stretch, has not pitched as well as he has earlier this season. But when we look on the season, still a 28% K rate, 33% to lefties, 26% to righties. He could be experiencing some fatigue. But this Tampa Bay Rays team looks a lot different now, especially with the projected lineup. Not the projected lineup. We have the confirmed lineup, at the bottom here. We've got Brandon Lowe, 29.5%. Basabe, 31.2%. Jose Siri, 39%. Christian Bethancourt, 26%. Brujan, 28.6%. And Randy Rosarina at 25%. There are some strikeouts available in the Tampa Bay Rays lineup today. And Jesus Luzardo on the season has done really well. Now, over the past 30 days, still at 23%, righties 22%, and lefties 27%. He won't see a lot of lefties today. He'll only see one, and that will be Brandon Lowe. Everybody else will be righties. But once again, I think there's massive strikeout potential as we get to the mid-bottom, from the mid part to the bottom part of this order. And so once again, I'm going to treat this like a Cole Reagan situation. He may pick up 1 strikeout between 1 through 4. He may pick up 2 to 3 between 5 through 9 in his first time through the order. If he can pick up 4 strikeouts his first time through the order, we're going to be sitting pretty for him to get us where we need to go. So I really like Luzardo here at 6 strikeouts flat. We want more than that projection. Luzardo has also been a guy that's been fairly high velocity, around 95 miles per hour, so he's going to be throwing a lot of fastball. But then that slider comes into play, right? And that's around 84 miles per hour. We'll see the slider, and look at this. Slider numbers always look good. So if he's got good control today on the mound with the fastball, and then he mixes in that slider, he should be good to go. And then we got the changeup. The strikeouts won't be as high on the changeup, obviously, but we still have a couple. We've got Lowe here. We've got Bethancourt. We've got Siri. You should be able to get a whiff at least out of a couple of those guys. But if the fastball and the slider are working together in tandem today, then I think what we're going to see is a lot of strikeouts for Jesus Luzardo. All we need is 7. Excuse me. If we can get 7 strikeouts from Jesus Luzardo, I am very grateful. The line is 6. I think we can pick up more than that. Excuse me. Let me take a little sip here. Thank you. So, once again, I really like Luzardo today. I think this is a good spot for him. And hopefully we end up with the beautiful results that we are looking for. So I'm very excited about these 3 plays. And I know that was kind of a quick one today. We kind of ended up with a slightly smaller slate at the back end because we've got the Yankees here at 640. So everything's kind of starting at 640 and then it ends. So we only ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 games, which really cut down the amount of opportunities we were going to have today. But I'm not worried about that. Listen, we give out what we see. We give out what we think is advantageous. And these are a few that I thought were advantageous as we comb through the board to get ready for the show today. So we're going to go over our recap, and then we're going to get you guys out of here. And I thank you so much for joining me yet again. So at the top, we've got Dane Dunning at 4 strikeouts facing the New York Mets. We want more than 4 strikeouts. We've got on the other side of this game, we've got Zach Eflin at 4.5 strikeouts facing the Miami Marlins. We want more than that projection. And then we've got Jesus Luzardo at 6 strikeouts facing the Tampa Bay Rays. We want more than that projection. Folks, I'm Chief. This has been Take Your Pick'em. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to have our very special guest, Mr. Papa Giorgio, to close out the season for us, or at least the season of this show. Thanks so much for joining me. Come in with your pockets empty. Leave with your pockets full. Let's get the sweep, and I'll see you tomorrow.